Now we encounter a problem. How do we use the dividend discount model to value a company where that company's growth rate is expected to be non-constant or volatile? We can no longer use a perpetuity to quickly and easily calculate the value of the future stream of dividends. So how do we value a company experiencing non-constant growth? Bear in mind, many companies may experience rapid growth or irregular rates of growth for a period of time before the growth rates settle down and the company reaches a mature or a steady state. Unfortunately, we can't use a perpetuity to easily calculate the value of the future stream of dividends for these companies. So how do we value these companies? The answer is we have to build a valuation model, and we have to work our way through the period of non-constant growth before we can use a perpetuity formula to calculate the value of the remaining stream of dividends. This involves deciding on an investment horizon up until a future year or a point in time when the company's growth rate settles down and the company reaches a steady state. We then have to calculate the expected dividends for each year individually during the horizon period where the company's growth rate is non-constant. Once we reach a future point in time where the growth rate becomes stable, at that point we can use a perpetuity to calculate the value of the remaining stream of dividends. We then discount back and sum up the total of the present value of dividends over the horizon period, plus the present value of the result of the perpetuity formula at that future date when the company has reached stable growth. This is also known as the continuing or the terminal value. This equation describes the dividend discount model for a company experiencing non-constant growth. We select a horizon up until a point in time where the company's growth rate settles down and the company reaches a steady state. We have to estimate the dividends individually for each year during the horizon period where the company is experiencing non-constant growth. Once the company has reached a steady state, at this point we can use a perpetuity formula to calculate the value of the remaining stream of dividends from that date onwards. We then add back the present value of the dividends over the horizon period where the company is experiencing non-constant growth, and we add the present value of the result of the perpetuity formula, or the present value of the continuing or terminal value of the company, to arrive at an overall valuation for the company. However, there is a problem or a limitation with the dividend discount model. What do you think is a major limitation of this technique? The answer is that not all companies pay dividends. For example, young or high growth companies typically don't pay dividends. If the company doesn't pay a dividend, then you can't use the dividend discount model. In this case, we have to turn to alternative valuation models. Next, we will discuss one type of alternative discounted cash flow model, free cash flow models.